Okay, let me give you a practice. It's well, it is what it is. First of all, it's the following words: Our Heavenly Dad, thank you for all your love. Now that's 9 syllables. So do it to your breathing. So as you breathe in, you say, thank you, Dad, for all your love. And then you hold the breath for, thank you, Dad, for all your love. And you breathe out to, thank you, Dad, for all your love. And you go into the next breath. And you say it at a tempo that allows you to breathe comfortably. And because you've been breathing relatively shallowly for a while, you'll need to do it quite quickly to begin with. As you breathe in, you might say, thank you, Dad, for all your love. Hold, thank you, Dad, for all your love. Breathe out, thank you, Dad, for all your love. And you'll find, of course, that you do the fullness of the lungs much more than your shallow breathing, and the breath will get longer, and you'll be saying those 9 words slower. You'll slow down. You'll find after not that many breaths, might be 6, might be a dozen, it might be 20, that you'll get down to something approaching 3 or 2 breaths a minute. I find I quickly get to about 2 breaths a minute. You might be aware of the breath filling the stomach first of all, and then the lungs, and then right up to the throat, As you breathe in and then hold and then breathe out. No strain, of course. It'll be a fairly complete breath, won't it? But no stress, no strain. You're not doing something, you're not doing bodybuilding or something that's imposed on you. You're just comfortably coming into a practice. And you need to be comfortable. If it's not a pleasant enough activity, you won't do it in its completeness, and you don't get the benefit. It's not a stress, it's not I must achieve the following. It's just breathing, but it's good breathing, and it's relatively slow breathing, deep, full. You might remember that, God breathed in the Adam story, breathed into Adam, and Adam became a living soul. There's something about the breath. We don't last long without it, and we spend our time breathing all our life and not too conscious of it at all. As you do this practice, you'll find your mind wanders, but the words themselves, of course, tend to pull you back to what they're saying. Our Heavenly Father, well, it's ours, not just mine. There's something communal and, if you like, family about this. It's our. Heavenly, well, heavenly assumes all goodness and something lovely above the world, if you like, beyond the world. Something of spirit. Our Heavenly Father. Not just a spirit, but this spirit is our Father, which means you're a spirit too, of course. well have identified with the body, but actually your spirit. Our Heavenly Father. And I've been drawn to that because of John 17, and you might want to read it sometime. Very, very blessed you can be by thinking about it. Our Heavenly Father. Jesus uses the name Dad. It was probably Abba, a very friendly form of father, very personal. If you like, think of God as a person. You relate best to persons, whether it was your mum and dad or whether it was your sweetheart or your children. It's persons that matter. Your friends, people around you, persons, very important. And notion of God may be a bit foreign to you, but just think of the personification of what you truly value. You probably value love and kindness, goodness, forgiveness, compassion, generosity, loveliness, peace and joy. You can make the list yourself, and it is your list that counts. It's your God, not anyone else's. You can only love your God. So our Heavenly Father, thank you for, thanks does everything, It draws your mind to that which you appreciate. Thankfulness. In my case at the minute, I just, in the back of my mind, I had an injured arm. I don't know what I did with it, but I couldn't use it for a few days. Almost the least movement of it would be painful. And I had to do everything with the left hand. I think I just laid on it wrongly in bed. I don't think I stressed it in anything I'd done during the day. And it was extremely painful if I dared move it. And sometimes it was painful whether I was moving it or not. It's very hard to find a comfortable position for it. And after a few days, it may have been 4, it's virtually completely healed now. It's no problem. I'm not thinking of it much at all. If I do think of it, it's because it's now not a problem. So I'm thankful. And thankfulness does what? It fixes your mind on that which is good. You become happier, more assured, more relaxed, more hopeful, more optimistic, more able to face life. Thankfulness has an incredible overall blessing upon you. So we aim at being thankful. Everything spiritual comes through gratitude, you see. Peace, hope, joy, faith, trust. Everything you can name spiritually comes automatically from a state of thankfulness. It gives you such an optimism about life that dynamizes you to live and seek out and create. Tremendous blessing comes from simply practicing being thankful, you see. Thank you, our Heavenly Dad. Thank you for all your love. And it is all. Of course, love is major. Love is just pure goodness given to you. And something you do to others, purely a goodness, just to bless. What could be better by definition, really? All your love. The your is, of course, referring to God, but do you see, I'm saying all, not just your love to me, but to all people, all life. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate, you see, your loving kindness. Thank you, Dad, for all your love. And even my love is because of you. It's your love, really, flowing through me to others. It's your love flowing to me and from me. It's all your love. And the love that I'm receiving from whoever it is, parents, sweetheart, children, friends, employer, whatever it is, neighbour, it's all your love. It's just that you're choosing to care for me in this way. And through these things, might be my home, my car, or bicycle, or the food I eat, it's all your love. Where would I be but for you creating it? I just find it exists. I find it's here. Thank you, Dad, for all your love. So, our Heavenly Dad, thank you for all your love. And you say that, well, pretty well endlessly. You might wake at 3 in the morning. This is a good time. You don't have to sit up. Nothing like that. Lay comfortable in bed. And as you breathe in, do the practice. Our Heavenly Dad, thank you for all your love. Hold the breath then to our Heavenly Dad, thank you for all your love. And breathe out to thank you, Dad, for all your love. On to the next breath. Comfortably. It's not a chore. It's just a practice. A peaceful practice. And you might have in the back of your mind what you're thankful for. That you've got income, that you've got rent, that you can pay the rent, or the mortgage, or that you have a job, or that you had a nice meal, or that you got a lovely partner laying next to you. So many people haven't. You know? So many people don't have these things. And you do, by the grace and the love of God. You will find that the more you focus on your God in this way, your God, not anyone else's, your God, as you understand God, not someone else's understanding. God is the personification of what you value. You'll adjust this, of course, in your living, because you'll find some things you value more than others with experience, and your God will subtly change character in accordance with who you are. Bless you, and you will be blessed. This is, I can tell you, an utterly miraculous, incredible practice. I might do it for just a few minutes. I might do it for a few hours. I might do it once a day. I might miss a few days. Shame. I could have been so much more blessed by doing it. So I do it more. And a great peace and a great happiness, an amazing synchronicity comes to you during the day. You find your life is being transformed. You are actually being translated. You find you are transcendent. You find you are spirit. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I and my Heavenly Father are one. A peace comes to you. The love of God flows through you. You are blessed, and a blessing to all those around you. It just comes of itself. You're drawing God to you. Actually, you're becoming more and more aware of the fact that He dwells lives in you and always has. You couldn't live or breathe for one moment but for his thinking and caring for you. Bless you. Our Heavenly Dad, thank you for all your love. You will develop your own practice, a slight variation on this perhaps. Perhaps it's not Heavenly Father, for you it's Divine Mother. Okay. Find what is your blessing. Move towards what you truly value. Find out what you truly value. That's why you're here in this world of good and evil. Time, space and matter, change and uncertainty. Good and evil that you might learn and understand, that you might mature spiritually, that you may take your eternal place in heaven, part of his lovely family, forever. An absolute blessing to those in heaven, and them an absolute blessing for you. Bless you. Thank you, Dad. I notice there are a few errors in this. I slightly alter the number of words, syllables early on. Temporarily, it's actually 777, not 999. The practice isn't to be worshipped. It's not faultless, but it is enough. You only need enough, you see. I don't need perfection. I don't need completeness, 100%. 80% is just wonderful compared to 0. 99% is just over the moon, even compared to 80%. You see what I mean? But there is enough here to bless you and rescue you into life eternal. And that's all that matters. Bless you. Thank you, Dad. Yes, I could have been clear that when you lay in bed, lay on your back straight so that the lungs can breathe fully, easily. That's a big help. I find I don't really succeed in doing it when I lay on my side. See what you find there. I felt I should have stressed too when I heard this recording, when I talked about the person of God, the personification of all that you value. He's the person of persons of persons. You are a person, so is he. And he has needs. Did you know you're his reason for living? His reason for creation? He was lonely. Didn't want to be the only perfect being in eternity. Well, he's created eternity, but you know what I mean, in a sense. We are his company, his fellowship, his family. Isn't that lovely? We are his joy, you see. You may have been obsessed with being perfect and being in a state of joy. But when you realize you are someone else's joy, oh, it's such a blessing, such a joy. To know you're your Heavenly Dad's joy, his reason for living. Wow. How simply lovely and wonderful. What else have I missed? Oh, there must be other points I should have mentioned and done clearer. But enough is enough. And it's loving that counts. And loving comes of appreciation which comes of whatsoever's good and lovely, thinking on these things. And you can do that in the meditation, can't you? In the practice. Like I had in the back of my mind, my arm that was injured being better. I felt thankful for that. Thank you, Dad. Bless you.